Azza,
Kate,
Luke.
Many of our previous ideas that we came up for our pitch to the class we didn't end up using due to them being unfeasible and ineffective in following the specifications of the pop genre. Other limitations such as organising the group of dancers also caused us to rethink our ideas. Instead of dancers we used more footage of me in various locations, then used clever editing to keep it interesting. Rather than using members of the public for our own snapshots, we decided to use humorous shots of Luke and Azza.
During our pitch we were asked how we hoped to film the footage of the schoolgirls walking to school, and we came up with the idea that we were going to use a wheelchair with me sitting in filming and Luke pulling me along, and it made the footage look less shaky and more professional.
Originally we had many ideas for the use of OSnap in our video because it's said about 100 times, so we suggested sort of different ways of sort of spelling it out. So one of the ideas was to use fridge magnets. We had other ideas like a mouse trap snapping on someone's hand, a ruler snapping, or a bowl of Rice Krispies. We tried all this footage but it didn't seem to be very interesting. We found it quite boring. So I came up with the idea of using custom t-shirts with OSnap written across them in bold print. So I made these myself by sort of starting out on Photoshop and layering different pictures with what came to mind when you heard OSnap. So one of them was Snap off of Snap, Crackle and Pop from Rice Krispies with like a bold print across it. And then I just put these onto transfer sheets and ironed them onto t-shirts so they stood out more.
One of the key points that we got from our feedback with our rough cut was that there was no bridge in our music video, which didn't really work as the song was called London Bridge. So we ended up borrowing the camera for an extra day and adding more footage, but we managed to find a bridge location at the back of Tesco's on Newmarket Road. Filming here proved to be quite difficult due to members of the public using the foot and cycle path, and also the weather. It rained quite a bit, so we had to protect the camera and the equipment getting wet, so this affected the quality of our low and high angle shots.
Our rough cut feedback mentioned that we needed to add more filters, so we decided to use the leave colour effect on Premiere Pro, which brought out the red ties on the schoolgirls, and then we used a colour correct on the footage of me and Luke so that you could kind of differentiate between the two artists, and it just made the video look a lot more interesting and eye-catching. And on the reverse shot of the shirts closing over the OSnap t-shirts and the ties sort of coming back into place, we used a black and white filter which brought out the sharpness of the OSnap t-shirts underneath the white shirts.
One of the main points of feedback for our final music video was that people thought there was sort of too many lyrics on the screen at any one time. I think they're mainly talking about the slower footage in like the last minute of the video where we've got Kate and the two girls walking across a bridge, and then the lyrics, me like a bullet, you know, they're coming right up here. We thought this footage was a bit boring, so we sort of came up with ideas to liven it up a bit and make it more interesting. And it seemed like a good idea to just sort of put the lyrics across, you know, sort of advertising what's being actually said in the song.
Snap!